Okay guys, so in the last video we basically made a skeleton of our application, and if we go to the index route here we see that it is working. So in this video let's set up our routes and views. So firstly we see that we forgot to create the routes folder here in the root folder of our project. So let's create the route folder first. So let's press Ctrl C and let's create a new folder here, that is routes, like this. And now we have a routes folder here, and here inside the routes folder I will create a couple of files. So new file, and here first route would be the index route, that is the / and whatever something is there. So index.route.js. Then we create a second route file that would be for authentication, and I would be calling this auth.route.js. So auth.route.js. Thirdly, we have the user route. So for that, user.route.js, like this. And now inside the index route, let's write something. Firstly, we need to get the router from the express package. So const express equal to require express, not assert but express, like this. And then we can simply directly invoke the router here, and instead of making this constant as express, we'll call it router, like this. And now finally what we need to do from this file, we need to export this router to be used inside the app.js. So module.exports equal to router, like this. And now here let's make our first route, that is the index route, that is only /. So what we'll say, router.get the / route, and then here we'll have the request, response, and next, like this. And here we can simply send back the response for now, that is response.send that hello world was right, hello world, like this. So now let's save this, and now let's use this route inside our app.js file. So let's go to our app.js file, and here we are making this route here, that is the / route, and here we are directly sending back the response. So instead of sending back the response from here, we want our router, that is this route, index.route.js file, to handle all the routes, that is / and something. So for this, let me make it like this, that is require / routes. Why it's not auto completing, I don't know. Index.route, like this. So now let me save this, and now let me do npm run dev, and this time we'll be seeing hello world. So let's refresh and we'll see that we are getting hello world. So now let's do something inside the user route, or firstly let's do something inside the auth route. So firstly we need the router again. So const router equal to require express dot router, like this, and then we need to export it. So module.exports equal to router, like this. So let me copy this first and let me paste it inside the user route itself, because we need this inside the user route also. So now let's go back to the auth route, and here let's go to the app.js file, and let me put all the things here firstly. So whenever someone wants to go to app.get or app.post / auth, and then / register, login or logout or whatever something is there. So we'll do it like this, and this should be app.use, not app.get in the app.js file. It was wrong because then it would be only handling the get request, so it should be app.use. And now we should say app.use again, / auth, and then we should require that thing here, that is require routes, auth route, not auth.route.j, like this. Let me copy this from here, let me paste it here, and let me change auth to user, and this should be user.route, like this. So now let's go to one of these routes, that is let's go to our user route here, and let's make our first route here, that is router.get, and here we want to go to the profile thing here, that is / user / profile, and then we have a callback here, and let me make this function async. Though we are not going to do anything inside here, we are simply sending back a dummy response or a demo response here, like this, and this should be response.send, and here we should say user profile, something like this. like this. So let's save this user route.js file. And now let's go to the auth route.js file. And here let me also make one thing here, that is but router.get /login. And here we again have an async function, or let me simply put it like this here, and this should be an async function in case we need it. That is in case you want to use await inside here. And for now let me simply res.send, that is login. Let's create a register route here, that is to get the register page, register, and this should say register like this. And then I'm going to create 2 more routes, that is the post route for each of these. So let me copy this thing from here and let me paste it here, and we are going to fill them later on. And this should be post to login, and this should be post to register, and this should be login post, and this should be register post. That is a post request to our these 2 routes, that is /auth /login and /auth /register. So now let me save this auth.route.js file, and now let's go to our app.js file, and now let me save this file, and we see everything seems to work. And most likely I'm missing one route here in the auth.route.js file, and that is a logout route. So it should be router.get /logout, and this should again be an async function, request response next, and here we can simply send now, that is logout, like this. So now let's save this application, and let's go back to our application here, and let's check all the routes whether they are working or not. So let's go to auth register, we see that we are getting register back. If we go to login, we are getting login back. If we go to logout, we are getting logout back. So now let's check the user profile route. So user /profile, we are getting user profile back. And now this is all done. So now basically almost all the routes are completed, and only the admin route.js file remains, which we are going to add when we are implementing role-based authentication. But as of now we are only looking into the passport local authentication thing here. So now this is all about the routes. So now let's look into the views, that is we want to render all the views here. As we see here in the completed application, let me zoom it back to 100%. So this is basically the index route, this is the profile route or the profile page here. Then we have the manage users page, which is for the admin thing here. And now if we log out here, we see that we are getting this screen here, that is the login page, and then we have the register page. So let's work on these screens here. So let's firstly work on this home page here. So let's go here, and inside the views what I'll do, I'll create a new file that would be index.ejs file, since we are using EJS as a templating engine. So index.ejs like this, and here what we can do, we can simply write HTML here inside, and here we can simply make an h1 here, that is index page, and I did simply exclamation and enter because I am using Emmet here, and it is automatically installed in VS Code when you install VS Code. So now let me save this, and now I want to render this file whenever someone comes to our index route. So let's go to our index route, and instead of sending hello world, what we want to do, we want to simply say res.render, and here we want to pass in the template name, and the template is index because that is the only view inside our views folder. And this would not work. Let me show it to you. So we save the application, and if we want to go to our index route here, we see that we are getting 500 error, as we can see here, and that is because we haven't set the view engine for our application. So let's go to our app.js file, and after we have initialized the application, then we need to do something else, and that is to set the view engine to be used inside our application. So we need to set app.set, and here we need to pass in view engine, and the view engine is EJS, simply like this. So now let's save this, and everything should work fine. So let's go to the index route here, and we see that we are getting back the index page. So now while we are here, let's also set the public folder to be our public folder to be used inside our application. So for that, what we can do, we can simply do it like this, that is app.use express.static and the folder name is public, like this. So now let's save this. But now let's go to our index route again. Not the route, but if we want to go to our index.ejs file. So we see that for each of the routes or for each of the pages, that is register page, login page, we have to create this HTML skeleton for each of the pages. So why not, let's create a partial for each of the pages that can be reused. So for that, I'm going to the views folder, and here I'll create a new folder, and that would be called layouts, like this. And here I'll create 3 layouts. Firstly, the header layout, the footer layout, and then the navbar. So new file, and the file name is header.ejs. Second file name would be footer.ejs, and thirdly we want to create the navbar.ejs. And navbar, you all know that why we need a navbar, because we see that we have a navbar here at the very top. And now let's go to the header.ejs file, and here what I'll do, I'll make my skeleton here, that is, and we'll use this everywhere else inside our application. And these body ending tags should be inside our footer.ejs, like this. So now let's go to our header.ejs file, and what we want to have here, we also want to include the navbar here. So let's go to the navbar.ejs, and here let me paste in some navbar content here. So let me copy this thing from here and let me paste in the navbar list here. So basically it is a simple navbar list. That is, we have an h2, that is RBAC, role based access control, and then we have a UL here with couple of li elements, and they have basically a tags inside them that are basically responsible for going to each of the routes, that is users/profile, admin/user. And in case if you are only learning passport.js local authentication, then you can ignore this route from here, or you can remove this thing from here. And then we have the register route, the login route, and the logout route, and they should start with auth, not only / that thing. Let me paste it here. So these routes should go to this thing here. So now let me save the index navbar.ejs file, and now let's include this navbar.ejs file inside our header.ejs file, because we do not want to keep including this navbar.ejs file everywhere inside our application. So just after the body tag, we want to include the navbar.ejs. So for that, what I can do, I can simply do it like this. So ejs escape, like this. And basically what I did is using an extension here, that is EJS extension here, that is this extension I'm using here, that is EJS language support, and it basically helps us to write tags very easily. Otherwise it's too tedious job to write these things by hand. So here we are using that extension, that is EJS language support. And now here what I want to do, I want to include this file. So include, and here we can simply say .navbar, because navbar is in the same folder as this header.ejs file is in. So now let me save this, and don't worry about these two tags here. We want to remove this thing from here, and then we want to keep all the content inside the main HTML element. So let me create that main HTML element like this, and this ending main tag should go into our footer here, that is just above the body thing here. So now let me save the footer.ejs, and now let me save the header.ejs, and while I'm auto saving this, it automatically completes. So let me delete this from here, and now let's go to our index.ejs file, and now let me remove all of this thing from here. And here what I'll simply do, I'll simply include my header.ejs file and my footer.ejs file. So here I'll say include, not include, but ejs escaped include. And this time we need to go inside the layouts folder, because header.ejs is inside the layouts folder. So layouts /header, like this. Let me copy it and let me paste it here for the footer thing here, because at the end we want the footer here. And now here we can write any of our content. So this time we can say index page, like this. So now let me save this. And now let's go back to our application, and I hope that everything should work fine. So let's reload the page here, and we see that we are getting our navbar here and our index pages here also. And the footer you cannot see because there is nothing inside the footer, only the closing HTML tags are there. So now if we go to the profile, we are going to the user profile page, manage users. So it is not found because it has not been declared. So let's handle these other routes, that is profile, register, login, logout, because I simply want to complete all these pages in this video itself. So now let's create a few more files inside the views folder. So new file, one should be the register page. So register.ejs, not JS, but it should be EJS. So let me rename it to EJS. And let me create a new file that is called login.ejs. One would be profile.ejs. So profile.ejs. And basically that's all what we need as of now. So let's go to our index.ejs file, and here what I'll do, I'll simply paste this li elements here, that is this these li elements. So let me paste them inside here. So index.ejs, so let me copy the li elements first and let me paste it here. Let's save this. So index.ejs is complete. And basically don't worry about these class names here, because these class names are created by my own just to style them. And in case you are using any framework like Bulma, Bootstrap or Tailwind, then you can use your own class names. These class names are my own invention just to style them. So now our index.ejs is complete. So let's go to our register.ejs, and here we also need to include those tags or those layouts, that is the header and the footer. So let me quickly include them. So now we have these thing here. Let me copy this thing from here and let me paste it inside the login.ejs also, and inside the profile.ejs also, because we require the header and the footer in all the three files. So now let's talk about the register.ejs page. So for this I am simply going to paste in a form here. So let me copy the form from here, from my sample application. So let me copy the form from here and let me paste it here like this. And now let me save this. And if I minimize this window here, that is this window here, we see that basically we have an h1 tag here at the very top that says register, and then we have a form with an action of /auth/register, and the method is post. And this is the route that we already created in our auth.route.js file. And ignore these class names here, they are just for styling. Then firstly we have the first input field with the email thing here, and the label is email or username. Then we have the second input field that says password, and the name is password, and the type is also password, that is this thing here. And we have the label here, and then we have the confirm password thing here with the name of password2, as we can see here. Finally we have the last input type, that is of type of submit, and then the value is register. And then the form is complete here up till here, and then we simply have a div here that says already have an account, and then we have a link to this auth/login page that would take us to the login page. So that's all about this register.ejs file. There is nothing fancy about this thing here. So now let me close the register.ejs file, and now let's go to the login.ejs file. And for this file also I'm simply copying a form here, and let me paste it here. So let me copy it and let me paste it here. And again here we have a h1 tag here that is login. The form action is /auth/login. The method is post. This route is already created inside our auth.route.js file, and ignore this class name here. Then we have two input fields, one for the email, one for the password, and similarly the labels accordingly. The final input type is submit, that is to submit the form. And then we have an a tag here that says that if you don't have an account, then you can go to this link here that will take you to the register page. So now let's save this login.ejs. So let me close this file. So now let's come to the profile.ejs file. And here again what I'll do, I'll simply copy and paste the HTML here. So let me save this. And here we simply have an h1 here that says profile. And we have an on-click behavior on this button here, that is this button here, which will take us to the previous page on which we were before coming to this profile page. And it is simply using the history thing here, that is the window.history.back thing. And then we have again some divs here. The first div contains the ID of the user, the second one contains the email of the user, the third one contains the role of the user. And again, if you're not using a role-based authentication, you can ignore this thing from here. And then finally I'm simply displaying the user objects as it is saved inside our MongoDB. So now that's all about this profile.ejs thing here. So let me close this file from here. And now let me create one more file inside the public folder, and that is the styling for this application. That would be called style.css. So let me create a new file here, and this should be called style.css. like this. And for the style.css, what I'm going to do, I'm simply going to copy my style.css file, because this tutorial series is not about CSS or HTML. It is basically about role-based authentication. So let me paste in the styles here. And if you want to copy these styles here, what you can do, you can go to my GitHub repo here. I'll link this repo in the description below, and here you will find all the folders, because currently there are no folders here because I have not pushed my repo here. And here you will be seeing the public folder, that is this public folder with the style.css file, and you can copy and paste that style.css file inside the application, and then you can continue along with me. So now let me save this style.css file, and now we need to use this style.css file somewhere. So let's go to the header.ejs file. Here what we need to do, we need to link that style sheet. So let's go at the very top of our head or at the very bottom of our head section, and here let me make a link of CSS file, and the file name is style.css, like this. So now let me save this header.ejs file. So now let me close all the files, all these files. And now what we can do, we can go to our application here. So let me refresh this page, and we see that we are back inside our application, and it looks pretty similar to this thing here because the styling is same. Though we are seeing all the routes here, and this you won't see in this thing here, that is only here when you are not logged in, you are only seeing register and login. And then afterwards, after you are logged in, then you are only seeing this home, profile, manage users if you are an admin, and the logout button. So that's what we are going to do later on in the series in some video. That is how to handle these navigation items depending on the authentication status. So now let's do one more thing, that is if we go to / something something, then we are getting this JSON back. So instead we want to display an error page here. So for that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a new layout file, and that layout file, not a layout file, it should be a view. So let me create a new view, and this should be called error_40x.ejs, like this. So now here inside this file, let me simply copy and paste the error.40x.js file. Let me copy and let me paste it here, and here we are simply including the header and the footer, and then in between we have the h1 here, then 2 break statements, and then we have the back to home button here, that is the anchor tag here. And here what we can do, we can simply output what error we are getting. So for that I'm using an h3 element here, and we can simply output it like this, that is ejs out. And again, this is using the EJS extension that I'm using inside our project or inside VS Code. And here we can simply say error.status, and then we have a pipe here, and then we again have an EJS out, and that would be for the error.message. So error.message, like this. So now let's save this. Okay, so now our views are complete. So now let's render all these views inside each of the routes, because currently if we go to our home page here, and if we go to the profile, we are seeing this user profile, but we want to render the pages here. So let's go to each of the routes here. So firstly, let's go to the user route here, and here instead of simply sending user profile, what we want to do, we want to render the profile page. So res.render a profile, like this. So let's save this because it is called profile.ejs. So let me close this. Let's go to this auth route here, and here for the get thing here, we want to res.render login, like this. And then for the get register route, we want to again do the same thing, that is res.render, and we want to render the register page, like this. And just don't worry about this logout get request, we'll be handling it differently. And I guess that's pretty much about this thing here. So let's save this and let's go back, and let's render one more thing here, that is this error.40x template inside our error handler. So let's go to the app.js file. Let's go to the very bottom here, or where we have created our error handler. So instead of sending back the error directly, what we can do, we can simply do it like this, that is res.render, and this name should be error_40x, like this. And here we can simply pass in the error object, that is this object, because this error object contains the status and the message, and we require the status and the message here. So that is why we are passing this as a variable to be used inside this error.40x template here. And now we can remove this thing from here, and make sure that you keep the status here, because that is for the browser, not for the UI. So now let's save this, and let's go back, Let's refresh this page, nothing changed. Let's go to the profile and we do not have the styling here, and that is because inside header.ejs file we need to keep it like /styles. So now let's go back and let's see. So let's refresh the page here and let's go to home. Home is same. Profile, we are seeing the profile, manage users. We see that we cannot manage users because we haven't handled this /admin /users. And if we go to register, we see the register page. If we go to login, we see the login page, and these buttons are also working. And if we go to logout, we cannot see this logout page because we haven't handled this thing here. So guys, that's pretty much about this video, and I guess it is a pretty long video, but I guess that I have covered mostly all the routes and all the views that are required by our application. And from the next video, we'll be working upon how to handle registration inside our application. So that's what we are going to do in the next video. So if you like the video, do hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, do subscribe to the channel. And thank you. Bye bye. Tata. Take care and have a great day and a good day.